Jeremy Camp and Patrick Mayberry hit 11 Canadian cities this fall on the I Still Believe tour. Our Ottawa stop is Friday, September 15 at the Metropolitan Bible Church. Calling into the show this morning, Jeremy Camp. Jeremy, welcome. Thanks so much for calling in.
Thanks for having me. I'm actually so excited to do the tour again. It's been probably 12 years since I've been up to Canada. So,
when you discover that you're coming back to Canada, what is your first thought? Give us your unfiltered impressions of our country.
Unfiltered, I love it. Honestly, last time we played, it was some of the most welcoming people that we've been to, and I think that's why it was exciting to come back, because we got a lot of responses of saying, "Hey, please come back to Canada, come back to Canada." So we kind of figured it out and made it work and tried to do as many cities as we could. And the fact that 11 cities came together was a huge blessing. So
yeah, so awesome. The movie wound up doing extremely well, but I felt badly for you because the I Still Believe film, of course, based on your life, was hitting theaters just as COVID was closing theaters down back in 2020.
Oh, man.
When people approach you, as I'm sure they have over the last few years, and they bring up the movie, what sorts of comments do you get about the impact of your story?
It's actually been very, very sweet because, it definitely was disappointing. I mean, luckily, it went out to streaming, to 80 countries. And so we get responses all around the world, which has been really a huge blessing. But I think, when you start hearing stories of people saying, we were stuck at home during COVID and we popped on your movie and ministered to us in a way that, our whole family started asking questions. And even the concept of I Still Believe, going through what everyone was going through, just saying, okay, God, we can still trust you in the midst of all this chaos, and people that were going through a lot, people losing their jobs, people losing their lives. And you know what I mean? Just a lot of pretty major things happening. And I think I got a lot of responses of just saying that was a movie that was needed during that time. So super thankful. And then still get comments, people saying, I just saw your movie and man, it's really ministered, just the trusting Jesus in the midst of some of the hardest storms of life and watching you go through that really encouraged me, knowing that I can get through my suffering and my pain. And so it's really been sweet to hear the comments.
That's such a good point, though. The timing was kind of apropos in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Did watching the movie yourself cause you to reflect in a different way on your own life or your music, almost like seeing yourself through someone else's eyes?
Yeah, I think a little bit of just watching how God led me through that time, with such care and such just gentleness, to be honest, and then how he was just faithful in every aspect. I was watching it play out, because it's played out in a 2-hour movie, and you're watching from the beginning of before I left to California and before I even met Melissa and before I started really playing music. You watch the progression of his faithfulness throughout the whole time, and just reminded of how good he's been and how faithful he's been in my life.
Yeah, let me ask you a couple questions about the tour here before I let you go. Let's talk about Patrick Mayberry. We certainly play his music on CHRI, but he may be a little bit new to some Christian music fans. What can you tell us about Patrick? Do you know him well? Yeah,
Patrick is just one of those guys that when he's on tour with you, you just feel like he's uplifting your arms. So I've had a lot of people tell me too with him that they love Patrick, and he has such a heart for ministry, a heart for worship, a heart for just the people. And then, of course, being Canada, it's another bonus for sure.
Yeah. Loving his new song, Lead On, Good Shepherd, too. So good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jeremy, last question. What should our listeners expect from this I Still Believe tour? Give us a sneak peek. Tell us about the concert.
Yeah, I mean, if you've followed me at all, I've been doing this for 21 years, which is crazy to think about. But, it's a variety of styles, the rock and worship and ballads and all that kind of stuff. But that to me is just it's one of those things where it means to an end. What I mean by that is like God has given me an opportunity to share the gospel and to share what he's doing in my life. And songs are a way of doing that. So whether I'm doing a rock song or doing a worship song, whatever it is, I'm able to share what God has given me. And it's such a huge, huge gift. And I'm super thankful. And so I pray that people walk out of there more in love with Jesus, or if they don't know Jesus, would come to know Jesus. And that really is my heart, has been from the very beginning. So really excited.
It's going to be such an amazing night. Friday, September 15, Metropolitan Bible Church, Jeremy Camp, Patrick Mayberry, the I Still Believe tour. All the details, all the links at concerts.chri.ca, concerts.chri.ca. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, buddy. God bless you, man.